All right, all right, all right. Welcome to what is it? Never Ever Met season 1 panel.
Yeah. Okay, so let me say this. If there's anybody from the show that is watching, I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, I am ReallyBTV. The views expressed by ReallyBTV are not those of Shade in the City. Because
they might be shared.
and please understand that I am reviewing what they are showing us. Don't get mad at me for having an opinion on something that I don't know nothing about. I can only go by what they show us. And this episode was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lie. Okay.
You said it was a lie.
First of all, can we start with the fact that this is the name is dumb? Can we start there?
Okay, so funny story behind the scenes, y'all. I told ReallyB, I texted her today and I said, I had sent her a thing of the thumbnail, and then I said, you're gonna have to take that down because I'm over here calling it Never Have I Met or Never Have Met. And I said, I can't get the name right because I can't get with the name. I actually think I like NEM better. Can we do that and hashtag NEM and make it that better than Never Ever Met? Because I
don't know. I mean, but we're gonna move past that. Like, we're not gonna get hung up on the fact that the name is stupid. We're gonna move past it. We're gonna move past it. Because I think the concept is very. Can I say okay?
Okay, hold on. Before you do that, let me run the intro. Make sure if y'all haven't already, make sure the algorithm is algorithming. Hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to ReallyB. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to us. If you're not already subscribed, let's run the intro and then we'll be back and get into this
with a bigger budget.
You stupid. And we'll get into this mess, y'all.
I'm reading the comments.
All right, y'all. Let's get the pleasantries out the way. Natty Spencer said, hey, ReallyB. C. Golden said, Tubi with the little budget. Isn't Tubi low budget anyway? But I don't know, C. Golden. But
that lets you know.
Quake Simmons said, hey, y'all. Hey, Quake. C. Golden, this is so very ratchet. You know what? I wouldn't call it. Is it ratchet? Is it ratchet, ReallyB? Are you regretting doing this already?
Let me say this. I'm not regretting it, but what I am going to say is, I know. Okay, so behind the scenes, we have been talking about, because we did like a intro video last week where we went through the couples and stuff, and some of the couples actually reached out to us. I'm not going to say which ones. I'm just leaving it at that.
Right.
And we actually talked about, okay, well, do we want to call them in? We want to reach out and try to do some interviews. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm going out on a limb and saying I don't think none of them going, because the reviews they not coming over here.
They might. I think to clear things up, we'll leave it out there. But we did, just to let y'all know, we did put it out there. If they want to come up here and defend anything, or give us the behind the scenes of what actually happened, because we all know the editing be editing. So
that's true.
So we'll see what happens. Natty said it's starting off ghetto. Cherie said, hey, and blatant truth. Well, hey, boo-boo, how you doing? All right, girl, go ahead and jump into it.
So for those who are not familiar, what this show is about, the show is about couples who've been dating long distance. All of them met via social media. Obviously, they never met in person, so they met through Facebook. They met through, some of them just said social media, what have you, right? They're all at various stages of how long they've been dating, and they live in different parts of the country. If you want to get all the breakdown, go watch the video we did last week. That breaks
because I didn't do that. I didn't do that in my notes. I did not.
I didn't do it in my notes either. I didn't. But I will say this. So what I did write in my notes, I'm gonna go really quickly. I have Brandon and Sienna.
Is it Sienna? Sienna. Yeah.
They've been dating for 10 months. Shay and Josh for 12 years. We're gonna get back to Shay and Josh. Greg and Millie, they've been dating for 3 years, and they both live in LA. That's a whole nother conversation too. I don't know how. I'm just gonna let me finish. Let me just because before I'll go left. Joanna and Aaron, there are two Aarons. So we have Joanna and Aaron, they've been dating 9 months. Then we have Dominic and Aaron, they've been dating.
Yeah.
They've been dating for 5 years. Again, as we go through, I'll get into some information we learned about all of the couples. And then we have Sandria and Chris, they've been dating for 3 months. And Dominique and Alexis have been dating for 6 months. So that is just I mean, I can go through the things I wrote as we were going through, but that's just the overview of what the show is. So right. The show, it starts off with us seeing all of the couples, them talking to each other, talking about, letting us know how they were feeling, nervous and all of that, anxious. We see them going to the airport. We see them arriving at the house. Now, I will say I like how they did this, where they had all the women come in and meet, and the guys were planning a date. I do like that idea. I like that. What'd you think about the intro and all of that?
Okay, so I already see that there's going to be some cattiness between the ladies. They've already like, oh, I don't do women and da-da-da. And I was like, okay, well, yes.
Diamond. That was Miss Diamond.
Right. But then it gave me the vibe because later on in the episode, what was it? What's her name? Alexis said something about Joanna was like, yeah, I'm really not like, don't talk to me or something like that. Like, I'm not a girl's girl.
I'm not a morning person. Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. I thought it was just in general. She was like, "Don't talk to me." She said, "Don't talk to me."
She was like, "Don't talk to me until at least 10 o'clock." Like, she's like basically saying, "I'm not a morning person. Like, don't like." It's funny because my friend Abby, who Abby reviews, when we travel together, I'm the kind of person that once I wake up, I'm up. Like once my feet, like I'll lay in bed. I might lay in bed for 2 hours, but once I get out of the bed, I'm like, hey, so what we doing today? And
I'm like, when I have coffee. I have to have coffee.
And Abby is like,
right. You're doing too much. You're too soon.
Right. Exactly.
That's funny.
Exactly.
So to say, first of all, define dating.
Well, clearly, at least one couple don't have the same definition. We'll get to them.
Oh, now that's gonna be I don't know. He gonna break her little heart. And I was literally telling ReallyB, I said, and first of all, let me just say this. I know that there was one of the castmates said, sorry, Nels made a comment about she didn't think anybody was, overly attractive or anything like that. But I will say, I do think, and I said it on the last recap, I think that these pictures that OWN takes never does these people justice. Because then when you see him on TV, because Chris was kind of fine. Chris was kind of fine to me. And I was like, he definitely didn't look that way. I can pull up the picture. Chris did not look like that in the picture.
I'm going to say this.
He didn't look like that on TV? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Chris.
He looks better in person. Yeah.
Right, right.
Listen, see, Golden, we're going to get there. We're going to see Golden, or we going to get there. Because that's in my notes. And I started to text Trees and be like, wait a minute, the math. But I was like, I'm going to just wait. Because I didn't want us to talk too much and then not give it to y'all. So,
see, Golden, I see. Okay, so we're going to get there. Yes. Cherie said, I did the long distance thing 2 times. Once lived in LA and the other one, Newark, New Jersey. I didn't like it. I don't see how people do it. Cherie, that's so funny that you say that because I actually said I'm an advocate. Like I used to love when I was in my 20s, but I used to love to be able to have a reason to travel, go see somebody. You don't really have to worry about so much arguing with somebody. I really enjoyed being in my own space when I wanted to be in my own space. So I loved long distance relationships, honestly. Now, would I have taken it seriously? Are we really doing anything? Usually by the time I was getting ready to pack up and move, we were breaking up because it wasn't that serious.
And I'm going to be honest, where I am in my life, I've told you guys this before, where I am in my life, I think I would be cool with a long distance relationship because I don't think I need somebody in my space every day. But the not meeting them in person part, that's the part I'm not understanding in any of these. Like I said, the only couples that I have are the ones that 9 months and below. Anybody that's been dating longer than 9 months and they ain't met in person, and we're gonna get to some of these things. Alexis, Texas gotta go.
You know what? I will say, if doing too much was a person, Alexis is giving that right now. And I'm sorry, Alexis. That's just what we see on our TV and how they edit it.
Which one is it? Look, which one is Alexis?
That's
Let
the
me
one
go
that's
back
with
to my
Dominique.
notes. That's the one that what?
That's the one with Dominique, with the one with all the tattoos. And originally the first one I said, oh, I think he might be an F boy, and he was like, oh nah.
I still don't remember who he is.
She was like, oh, calling what's his name, Greg, out for his hoochie daddy shorts.
Oh, we're gonna get to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get to them.
It's so many things.
It was so much in this first episode. What about the guy who proposed to someone else on Baby Natty? Baby. Okay, let's go. Because baby,
let's go. Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, y'all are giving it to me. Okay, so we get there, and at first, I'm gonna be honest. At first, I was a little put off by the whole dorm room thing with all the ladies in one room, but once I saw how things were playing out, I was like, you know what? I'm actually cool with that, because then the women did not feel pressured,
right,
to sleep in the same room. I mean, of course, some of them was ready for it, but they didn't.
What do you think about Shay? Ready to lay it down, spread it wide,
Shay said, but hell, she the one that's been waiting for 12 years.
That's true. She said she ready.
She was supposed to be ready. But yeah, so I mean, for me, at first I was like, why do women gotta be in a dorm room? But then once they went on those dates and they came back to the house, I was like, cool. I was like, I'm okay with that. Now, the flip side of that is people going to be in your business, because one night you might sleep in the room with your boo, and then the next night you in the dorm room, and it's like, what you doing here? You know what I mean? Right. But I can appreciate that production thought to give them a safe space. So yes. I was okay with that. Once they broke it down, I was like, okay. So the ladies, the host, Taronda, called,
I believe it's her name.
Yeah. Pulled the ladies and, said, hey, you know, I know y'all was waiting to meet your man, but they're all planning a first date for you guys, so I need y'all to go get yourselves together.
Can I just, and this might be unpopular opinion, I'm sorry. What did Shay have on? And I understand she didn't know what the date entailed or but it just wasn't, I'm sorry, it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute.
Which one was Shay?
Shay is the one that's with Josh that was ready to spread it wide and bust it open. He took her to the carnival.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Shay was like, in case you weren't
sure. To the Santa Monica Pier. And I was like, what? It just looked so out of place in where she was. And it just wasn't cute. It just wasn't cute, in my opinion.
Shay said, in case you weren't sure what it's about to be, this what it's about to be. I'm going to give it all. Right. Yeah. In case you did not know what kind of time we was on, this the kind of time we on.
She said, oh, baby, bring it all to me.
Let me tell you something else. I was a little, girl, me and you be singing, because I stopped myself from singing Jodeci a minute ago when I was talking about them 12 years of like, I'm still waiting. but I got a question. And again, y'all know sometimes my mind go to these petty things. So when she told the ladies to go get themselves together for their date, why are they borrowing razors and talking about they need to shave? And I'm sorry, did you not know where you were going?
Thank you. I would have had, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you may forget a razor, right? But it's already tightened right before I even got there, before I even got on the plane.
I wouldn't need a razor, because I would have been, I'd have been to the spa. I'd have been especially the ones that's been 12 and 5 years, baby. I would have got, Shay was wearing a light. I mean, everything would have been shaved. If I had to go get the Brazilian, my nails would have been brand new. My hair would have been brand new. I'm not understanding and I get it that I'm sure that whole moment was, but why? And it wasn't just one person. Like, it was a couple of them talking about, I'm a little hairy. And you didn't know where you were going?
Look, you just took me out with the Brazilian, because I'm scared. I admit it. I'm scared.
I mean, I ain't gonna tell my business, but what I'm saying is, whatever grooming you do should have been groomed. I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Correct.
Whatever your personal, the fact that people was asking for raises and they was having the conversation, it just made me kind of sad. I like, y'all ain't know what y'all was doing.
Oh, right. And especially since they all on this, we ready. I hope the chemistry is what it is in person, like it's been all this time. So yes, they should have been ready to set it off. Not saying they had to, but they should have been ready.
All right, so let's get to these dates. Okay, so the ladies get ready to go. So first we have Brandon and Sienna. He planned a cooking class for her. They were cute. You know, I mean, they didn't give me any warning. It wasn't too much of this or too much of that. It was a cute little day, a little cooking class. They were making gnocchi. And they seemed like they flowed. They had a good little conversation. You know, he had flowers and she was smiling. And, you know, for right now, I ain't really have a whole lot for them. Did you have anything for them with this date?
Well, I'm sorry. Who are we on again? My bad.
First, Brandon and Sienna, they did the cooking class.
Oh, I thought, okay. So as far as their date, I mean, that particular portion, if you don't want me to like skip ahead, but I think the big thing with them is they really had a lot of laughter between the two of them. And I thought that was cute. I think they genuinely like each other. Like, I, hate to, but me and Nels always do predictions. Who do you think actually is going to end up like being together at the end? And I actually see, for right now, first episode, Sienna and Brandon are two people that I actually see ending up together.
Yeah, again, so far, listen, it's one episode. Y'all know how these shows go. I'm sure.
How long were they doing again? 3 years, 3 months?
Brandon and Sienna have been together for 10 months.
Okay, so I think the chemistry is there. It's still, I think that they can work. I think that they can become long-term. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to put a star next to them. Now, again, y'all know it's a show. They got to give us drama. So I'm sure there's going to be an up and a down. But we're going to wait and see what that is. So Brandon and Sienna, y'all can go ahead and go to the left. Y'all go over there to the left. Take a seat. We'll come back around. Okay. Right. Then we have red flag. I don't even know if I want. I don't know if I want to start with them or finish with them, but let's go ahead. Red flag, flashing red, danger, danger, danger is Dominique and Alexis. Now, for me, before we even get to what happened at the end of the
toxic relationships was a couple. This is what it is. You could tell that they've been thriving off toxicity this whole time.
Yes, absolutely. So before we even get to the way this whole thing ended, the first red flag for me was he was like, yeah, she really wasn't giving what her pictures be giving, and I wasn't really attracted to her, yet you didn't have no problem hunching all up on her doing that fake yoga lesson.
Okay. Because I ain't see, look, all I saw was a cat cow. I ain't see nothing else. Not a cobra.
No. Listen, I'm a yoga school dropout, and I knew that wasn't real yoga.
Right.
Hey.
It was terrible. And yeah, Maddie,
when they showed the pictures, but Alexis, when they showed the pictures, though, Miss Alexis, those pictures were airbrushed and filtered to hell. Okay. Now they did do that. You did post some pictures. That was a little, yeah. But sir, I mean,
no, but what did it for me was he said it wasn't really her looks, it was the way she was proportioned. I said, well,
right. But did you see when they showed the pictures that she posted on her social media? The pictures on her social media don't match what we saw. Did you see?
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, I feel like everybody uses filters, right? So maybe it made it look, or it was just.
I don't think it was.
But I don't think her body was that much different.
I don't think it was that big of a difference. Yeah, right. It wasn't like she sent him a picture at 120 and she showed up at 350. Like, no, it wasn't like that. Right. But that's why I say it's a red flag, because it's something that minute made you be like, oh yeah, nah. But like I said, he didn't have no problem. Then later on, I mean, at first I said I wasn't really feeling her, but now I'm kind of feeling her. But I knew they were going to be a problem when they both said that they get jealous.
Oh yeah.
I said ding, 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 ding right here. Ding. I knew that was gonna be a problem. I didn't know when it was gonna rear its ugly head. I didn't know it was gonna be that fast, but I already knew. You got two people that both say they're jealous. Oh,
now see Golden up in these up in the chat cutting up.
Cutting up.
I don't use filters mainly because I'm old and don't know how. I get what you see, Golden. I don't think. Here's my thing. Even if you posted a picture and use a filter over the picture, if just speaking me, if I'm dating you, there are going to be moments where I'm getting into bed, we on the phone, we on FaceTime. You're gonna see me with no makeup, with no. If that's how it should be, if I talk to you constantly, because that's the only communication we have. So I just feel like he shouldn't have been that surprised.
And the other thing, they've been dating for 6 months. The other thing that I knew was going to be a problem with them was when she was saying she didn't want any more kids, and how he does want kids, and how she was like, well, I'm not changing on that. See, to me, I learned a long time ago that you have to have your non-negotiables, right? If not having any more children,
hard lines. Yeah,
exactly. If not having any more children is a non-negotiable, then the minute y'all had that conversation and he said he wanted more kids and you knew that was a no-go for you, then to me, that should have been, listen, I wish you well in all your endeavors, because it's only been 6 months. It's not like you invested. It's been 6 months, ma'am. Like, and I hate when I hear people say, oh, well, you know, I'm trying to change his mind. No, he told you. He was clear. And that's not fair for you to be like, oh, well, no, I'm going to change his mind. No, he told you what he wanted. And you're basically saying, I can't give you that, or I don't want to give you that. That doesn't make you a bad person, but now it makes you a bad person when you're trying to force it into to fit, you know?
So hear me out, right? I everything you just said, I love everything you just said, and I agree with you. But it makes me think about, and I don't know, I feel terrible for bringing this up. I need to let it go. It makes me think about how Jenny Mai was dead set. She did not want no kids. Left her husband of I don't know how many years. And I just believe you'll make exceptions for the right person. Because as soon as she got with Jeezy, she was popping out a baby. And I know her ex-husband is sitting there, even though he went and had his own kids and whatever. But I know he got to sit back and be like, damn, bitch, what was it about me that you just never saw that? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I mean, that's just like we know people who will date for 20 years, never get married, and then meet somebody and get married in 6 months. I understand it's the right person. But I think the problem I have is when you're banking on that. I don't have a problem with that being a thing. I have a problem when you are banking on changing that person's mind. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I heard what you're saying.
Yeah.
Natty said Dominique ain't no prize. I can agree, Natty. I don't.
Yeah, he definitely ain't no prize.
Hey, Xavier.
Hey, Xavier. Hey.
Yes. I don't know. It just always makes that whole scenario when you talk about somebody like that, they're non-negotiable. She was dead, went on her show, talked big. I remember it. And I was just like, damn. And then I used to always go up for her and be like, well, she said from the beginning, she didn't want kids until a year or two later. Now we got, the Monaco. And I'm like,
right. And I agree. Things will happen. Things will make you change your mind, All right. So next we have Greg and Millie. Now I'm gonna just go on and say about Greg and Millie, I can't with this. I cannot. These two have been dating for 3 years and they both live in the same city. There's absolutely no way in hell.
What is his name? What is his real name? Because I don't want to call him Lenny. I could have sworn
Greg,
you just said
his name is Greg.
Oh, okay. I want to call him Lenny so bad. And don't get mad at me, really, B. but no, what it was for me is when he's talking about it was my insecurity that kept us from meeting. And because what is it, LA, and they live 30 minutes away, I believe.
Yeah, like they literally, like there's no, like y'all could have ran into the Starbucks. Y'all lived, I mean, come on, like, I'm sure we're getting a snapshot of what it is, but I cannot wrap my brain around we live in the same city. And then she had the nerve to be impressed. Oh, how did you know I like penguins? Oh, this is so sweet. He could have done that 3 years ago. all y'all did was go down paddle boat.
The only one.
You out on a paddle boat. What the fuck? Like,
look, I was gonna say we do that at the National Harbor all day. We just take out a like.
And ain't nobody trying to do no manual labor. Like all of these exercise dates. What are we doing?
Look, Nels will tell you if she was here. If a date does not include a full meal for me, it is not a date. If we are not going somewhere to eat, but beyond the activity, or if there's not food and like good food at the activity, no, that's not a date for me. That's not a date.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Xavier. Xavier said it's giving two cheaters finally linking up. I don't know, but there's more to that. Oh, my insecurity. Can I tell you a true story? I'm gonna tell y'all, and it made me think when I was watching this, it made me think this is a true story, y'all. Met a guy in high school, right? I was at the time he was in high school. I was in 8th grade. We're not gonna talk about that. That was a different time, okay? I was in 8th grade. He was in high school. Met him through a friend. You know, back in the day, your friend put you on the phone with his friend, kind of thing. We got to talking, and we were cool. Like we would talk. We had so much in common. We were supposed to finally meet up. I was so, I'm gonna use the word insecure, and so nervous that I literally saw him and ran in the other direction. Like I was so scared to meet him. Right. Mm-hmm. But I was in the 8th grade. I wasn't a grown ass woman. Like I can't wrap my brain around. Like, so how long are we gonna just not meet? 3 years?
Again, we talked about this the first one. 2 months. If you can't find a time to come to a Starbucks, I'm gonna start feeling away. Like I'm gonna just feel like it's not that important for you to meet me, for you to. And even though I can be aggressive, no, I want to know that you want me. Like it needs to start off with you pursuing me, and then after a while, I just kind of love bomb you because it's the Pisces in me. But
my love language is gifts, so I don't know if that's the cancer. Yep, I'm a gift giver. Even like not just in my romantic relationships, but in my friendship, I'm a gift giver. Yeah, that's because I'm not a very affectionate person.
If you don't know already, mine's are words of affirmation. That's why I'm always trying to speak life into people and want them to, I need that for me.
Speak it, girl. You speak it.
But M said Millie is planning on this show. This is the second time you said this, M. So what you mean by that? She's just an actress, she's just working. Like give me more details. What you mean by that?
Yeah, we need more details, M. And M, who are you, M? Are you on production? Who you doing?
Right, because but hey, M, welcome.
I'm about to say you can slide it to the DMs now if you are.
Right. Let us know for real.
You must break down. Right.
Oh, see, Golden said somebody said one of these women has been on Empire or something. So this is what I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is why I want to get somebody from the show on the panel, because I want to understand what was the casting process. Like, I even told them, you don't even gotta let us know like details that we haven't seen yet. I'm really trying to figure out, how did we get here? Like, what was the casting process? How did y'all reach out? What was it? And how did we get to this point? Because of course it's owned, and just like Ready to Love, you got people that are out here and they're going to casting calls. But are y'all really a real couple for real? You know what I'm saying?
The host was on Empire. That was Cookie's assistant.
Okay, thank you, Blake. Blatant truth. You better, girl. You better.
I remember as soon as I read it, I was like, "Yep, that's her." I knew I recognized her. I just didn't know where I knew her from. But yeah, okay, all right. So yeah, Greg and Millie, I just wasn't impressed because I just can't get past the fact that y'all literally lived in the same city and y'all dated for 3 years and y'all didn't meet for no Starbucks, go to a movie, go to an outdoor festival. Like I just can't wrap my brain around it. I'm sorry. I can't wrap my brain around the 12 years. We're gonna get to them next. Josh and Shay, they've been dating for 12 years. Now, Josh said he had a lot of childhood trauma, which is why.
Red flag. When he the fact that he can identify it, I said, okay, but I was like, what to do with y'all?
Again, it's not my business, I guess. But what does your childhood trauma have to do with you not? You clearly don't have no problem meeting women because they've been dating for 12 years and you got a 13-year-old and a 3-year-old. The math ain't mathing.
That part. Okay, so I I didn't catch the age of the youngest one. But when he said he had a 13-year-old, I said, okay. And he said, I can't move because of, but yeah, again, it's, y'all, I don't know. I
had to rewind it because I was like, 3. Did he say 3?
What? See, Golden said, first I thought Josh was doing a 12-year bid. So you think it's like a love during lockup situation? Because that technically, we had this conversation on the last one, y'all. And I said, yo, people do it in jail all the time. So it's definitely feasible that you could be talking to somebody for 13, 12. If you're that person and want to do that and be faithful to them and think you in a full-blown relationship, in my eyes, that's not, like, what do we say? That is a pen pal.
That's a pen pal. Listen, what y'all been doing, y'all are pen pals. Y'all are not dating. Y'all are not in a relationship. When he said a 3-year-old, and the fact that it wasn't addressed, and again, I know it's the first episode. I know we have time to get into all of that, but I just feel like that's a conversation that we needed to see. Like, how you go?
So about that, like how what's the name? And I know we ain't got there yet, but how Diamond addressed it. She was like, before we get there. Yeah. Here's my thing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the one thing I didn't like about Shay. She was, and I don't want to say it comes off thirsty, but like you said, if there have obviously been issues, infidelities, and whatever this 12-year situation has been, I don't necessarily think, no, you got to sit down and address them day one, first dinner. But I also don't think you got to bust it wide open either the first time you meet them. I think there's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my thoughts, because in my mind, Josh looks like a good guy, but he looks like he's a silent boy, if that makes sense.
Let me tell you something. I'm with Citizen Jane. Beware of men who lead with their trauma. They are unhealed, and they are just telling you in advance that you are in for a whole lot of bullshit followed by excuses. I agree. I felt like he threw that out there as a way to try to like offset the fact that he been playing with this girl for 12 years. Because in my opinion, that's what it is. Because he talking about something. Well, you know, we would make plans and he couldn't make it because something happened with the kids or whatever. 12. I'm sorry, you're not gonna give me 12 years worth of excuses. And I'm all here for a present father. I'm all here for a dad who is being present in his child's life. But you mean to tell me you don't have no weekends free? You don't have any in 12 years? I'm sorry. I can't. There is nothing other than him being in jail. There is nothing you could tell me that would give a reason why y'all ain't met in 12 years. And even then, you ain't put him on your visitors list.
Well, it was someone else who it was another couple on there too, and I think they were less than 12 years. I think it was like 3 years, and they were like, oh, the obligations with the kids have gotten in the way of us seeing. I don't know, was it Joanna but it was something like that. And I was like, so for 3 years, he couldn't find a weekend.
I can't. I'm sorry. And even if he can't get away, baby, I'm gonna fly you out.
And my whole thing is, it goes back to the old saying, people make time for what they want.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period. People make time for what they want. So if they wanted to see that, and that's why I'm looking, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at everybody on the show sideways, women and men. Because I wouldn't let nobody waste my time like that.
Nope. I'm with you. So
ain't that many phone conversations in the world. M said he don't work for the show, but he felt the relationship is suspect. And she's an actress.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you. But basically all we saw from Shay and Josh is that they got on the big Ferris wheel and then they went back to the house and took a shower together. I mean, all I heard was Teddy Pendergrass in my ear, but okay.
Turn off the lights.
Let's take a shower.
Yeah, shower together.
That's all I heard. Okay. So
that's what it was given.
Okay. Now, Aaron and Joanna was weird. He tried to start to dance with her because he said, I know you like to dance, but he said he ain't took a salsa class since he was 8. And then he asked her if she wanted some wine and cheese, but she know he don't drink. The baby didn't even know how to open up the wine bottle. And I'm gonna tell you what I wrote in my notes. Production. I feel like production told him that this is the date. Maybe he couldn't come up with something. Maybe his idea was too elaborate. Well, I guess not too elaborate because somebody got on a helicopter. Maybe he couldn't come up with something good. So they said, okay, well, we're going to have you guys have wine and cheese and just going to have you sit out, because why would you choose wine? And not only do you not drink, you don't even know how to open up the damn wine bottle.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you because I'm a drinker, obviously. But it doesn't matter to me if you don't drink, but what you can't do, you have to at least know how to open the bottle. There they go. Sorry, y'all, it took so long. That's Aaron, Jay, and Joanna. It gives me the vibe she's really not feeling him.
Yeah, because she was I felt like she was, because what she said, and I thought was interesting, was she said it felt like it was a date for me, not a date for us.
And that's what, but the whole point was, and even was it Taronda said the date, they're planning a date for you. So he's doing, now what I will say is, to her point, yes, C Golden, I agree with you. She was very critical. However, I'm gonna be, now I don't know. You're right. C Golden, I'm gonna give you that. She is a little bit critical because I think I would just respect the fact that he was trying. However, I can understand where she was coming from, where it was like, I dance. This is what I do. So for you to come out here and tell me, oh, I took a couple salsa lessons and I'm trying to teach or give you a lesson and you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, it looks a little crazy. It does.
If he had said, I'm gonna tell you what would have been cute for me. If he had said, well, I took some salsa lessons before coming out here because I know you like to dance and I wanted us to do that together. That would have been cute. But for him to be like, yeah, I took some classes when I was 6, sir, that didn't have nothing to do with me. That was you know what I mean? So
your mama signed you up for an activity.
Exactly. And I agree. Just because you don't drink doesn't mean that I can't drink. And I'm cool with you being okay with me drinking. But again, like you said, you fumbled when you couldn't even open up the bottle. You kind of fumbled the ball. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree though. It did seem like he couldn't do anything right. Like I felt like she didn't say anything positive. And I might have missed it, but I didn't feel like she said anything positive.
But he comes off to me, no shade. Is this the one we said? Is this the one we said we look like he lied about his job? I think you said it. And you said you think he looks like he lying about what he does. Maybe. And the only reason I say that is because then when they get in the kitchen and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a rapper," then I said, "Oh, really, B was right. He ain't got no job." You called it, really, B. You called. I'm maybe I gotta go back and watch a recap, but I feel strongly that it was him. You said he looked like he be lying about his job.
I guess I did say
earrings, right.
So hold on, let me make sure. We have 2 more couples, y'all. We have 2 more couples. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all, because I have notes on both pages. I want to make sure I'm getting all the notes in, child. Okay. So the next couple is Chris.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Just saying. Make sure y'all do that.
Oh, yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button now. I don't know how many people in here, but like it up. Like it up. So we have next we have Chris and Sandria. They've only been dating for 3 months. She is from Haiti. She lives in Miami. And she said that she said Chris is very successful, but she worries because he liked going to the script clubs. And she's very Christian. She was raised very Christian, and that bothers her. He took her on a helicopter ride, which I thought was a lot. Like nobody else did.
Sweet. That's why I said Chris would have been, he would have got my ass. He would have got.
No, don't get me wrong. It was sweet, but I'm just saying I think in comparison. Okay, so here's I thought it was sweet, period, right? Because especially when she said that's something she wanted to do, I was like, wow, he remembered. That's what she wanted. But then when I add what happened at the end of the episode, I was like, oh, so you're that guy. Like you're the guy that, oh, you want to go on a helicopter ride? Oh, let me take you. Let me show you a good time. And then it's like, it's not special because I feel like this is the kind of stuff you do with everybody.
That's the problem. Yeah. When he was talking about that with the guys, and I ain't trying to jump ahead,
Yeah.
But that's why I said, oh my God, he would be so the guy that I'd be like, oh no, he's such a sweet guy. And he did this and this and this. And really, he's like, yeah, no, I do this for everybody, sweetie. You're not special.
You know what? That's it right there, C. Golden. Marcus from Boomerang. Absolutely. If you didn't watch, if you guys never saw Boomerang, I know some of y'all are a little bit younger. If you have not seen Boomerang, go watch Boomerang. All you got to do is watch the first 30 minutes and you will know exactly what I mean. Thank you, C. Golden. I couldn't quite put it into words, but that is it. Eddie Murphy's character was a player, right? He was a gigolo player, and he would go out of his way to figure out what it is that you like. He would cater to that. He would say all the right things. He would do all the right things. He would even if he had to hang in there for a couple of months to get it. And once he got it, he was out. And because he made a lot of money and because he had the funds, something that would impress the average person, like, oh my gosh, he took me on a helicopter ride. For him, it's not a big deal because he got the money. It's not a thing for him. And that is so oh my gosh, C. Golden, that was perfect right there. Marcus from Boomerang.
Didn't Martin Lawrence do that too in whatchamacallit in what's the one
between Love and Hate?
Yes.
Yes, but the difference was Martin Lawrence's character in Thin Line really ain't had money like that. Like he had okay money, but Marcus had long money.
Okay, got it.
Like Marcus had pack your bags. I'm picking you up, and we getting on either we fly in first class or we get on a private jet to Paris just to go to lunch. Like Marcus had long money.
Oh, okay. Look, I need to go back and rewatch apparently because I'm like, oh, okay, I ain't seen this in a while.
You never seen Boomerang?
I've definitely seen Boomerang. I just haven't seen it in a while. That's why when you were talking about
it. Yeah, if they updated Boomerang, that's what I feel like we would see something like that. Like the 90s version of Boomerang. I mean, nice restaurant, buy you something, but an updated version would definitely be on that level of extravagant. Yeah.
But my only thing, and again, their pictures do them no justice because they're both very attractive people. My only thing, and I don't know if she was mad at him when they took these pictures and they made them sit together, but they're going to be a problem. I don't want to call her. I don't like calling women insecure when a man gives you a reason to feel insecure. And that's exactly what Chris is doing. He's giving now why she likes him for whatever reason she likes him, whatever her draw is to him. I can understand. However, I don't know, y'all. Y'all jump in the chat. Let me know. I don't see it working. I definitely don't see it working between this couple. And unfortunately, he gives low-key F-boy energy, and he's just like I believe it was Citizen Jane that said he's like Drake. He going, spoil you, why he's interested, and then he's moving on. And it's just unfortunate because I think she really, really does want to like him. She wants to see a future with him, and it sucks because he's just not that guy for her. He may be for someone else.
After she overheard that conversation, first of all, it didn't even like she overheard it. He clearly saw her standing there.
Yeah. No, it was so disrespectful. That's why I was like, yo, and she's gonna stick around for it. Like, because he's already told you what it is. And that's one thing I did not like. Because we went into this thinking that, okay, well, they weren't dating that long. They're only like 3 months.
3 months. Like yeah, they're the shortest time, 3 months.
So it's not that bad, but it also gives me the vibe. If y'all are not even exclusive, y'all haven't been able to meet up on your own, and you're not exclusive. Like, what are we doing here for real? So if I want to say anybody was planning or is like to just add drama to it or some type of, it's definitely them because it makes no sense. Like, it's only been 3 months. We can easily go our separate ways and move on.
And I would have left. Like, they would, I mean, whatever little pennies, they ain't making that much money. I mean, it's a brand new show. They clearly don't have that big of a, they spent the whole budget on the house. Like, come on now. They would have had to find another couple because ain't nowhere in hell. Ain't no way. Yeah.
Golden said, yeah, need to go home. Xavier said, I understand the draw, but she needs a church going man. He's not it for her. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yep, Natty. He's giving a lot of F-boy energy. I feel for her because she seems nice and wants something serious. I do too, Em. I do. I feel for her. It's crazy. It's nuts.
And that's what I wrote in my notes. I wrote, Chris said they're not dating, that he will ghost a woman after, he hits it, and disrespectful. That is what I wrote in my notes. Disrespectful.
Disrespectful. Yeah.
The last couple we have is Aaron and Diamond. Now, let me say something. We found out that both of them are PKs. They've been dating for 5 years.
And really? PKs? I didn't know. I didn't get that part.
And is it me or that's how Aaron talk like a pastor?
Yes, he does.
He talks in that.
He's clearly the oldest one there, because you can tell that all the ladies are like, can you teach him, or can you, Diamond? Everybody is looking at Diamond like she's getting the best treatment, but little do they know her story for real.
Right. Now, 2 things I find to be interesting. One, we found out that a couple of years ago, he said that they hit a rough patch and he lost hope in the relationship. And he said, I made a dumb decision. Well, we found out that dumb decision was that he had a whole nother relationship to the point where he bought a ring, posted it on Facebook that he was going to propose to this other woman. Now, I feel like part of that was him wanting to get Diamond's attention and telling Diamond, excuse me, let's get this together. But the flip side of that for me is this, Trees. Again,
I don't like that. You're not going to play. We're not going to play love games. I don't like if women, and I understand it's not right and it's biased. Women play love games. I'm not going to play love games with you. Okay. And those, if that's what he did, but I can't wait. Maybe it'll be better and maybe but for me, you going online and doing that, we would have been done. There's nothing else to talk about at that point. Because at that point they were 10 years in, if this is only 2 years ago. So we're 10 years in, and now you decide that and not even that, you don't even have the decency to let me know the relationship is over. I have to find out from Facebook that you're proposing to somebody. We would have been done. We would not be here. And that
I'm with you. But here's my other issue. She was like, before we go any further, I just can't have any closure until we have this conversation. Let me explain something to you. Before I took you back, if I was going to take you back, we would have had a face-to-face conversation. There's absolutely no way in the world that we're going to have this long distance over the phone relationship where you clearly cheated on me to the point where not only did you cheat, but you threw it in my face. And then we're going to talk it out and get back together. And we still don't have any sort of physical. And I'm not even talking about sex. I just mean for me to be able to touch you, look you dead in your face and say what needs to be said. There's no way in the world. I can't wrap my brain around that. There's absolutely no way in the world that we would have, if there was any chance of us getting back together, that would entail you getting your ass on a plane, flying down up wherever I am, and showing up at my door with them tulips that she was so happy to get. And you would have been groveling.
not the tulips, really. Not the tulips.
Okay. And you would have been groveling at my doorstep. There's absolutely no way that I'm ever taking somebody back that disrespected me on that level. And I don't have an in-person apology. I don't have an in-person conversation.
I don't have a grand gesture. You done flew me out to Italy to make it up and we're not. There would have been something. I'm sorry. I believe in grand gestures, even though I still might not put you after. But the point is, I need a grand gesture.
Right, exactly.
Citizen Jane said if he is in the church for real, he would have been married. Look at okay. You better, Citizen Jane.
Facts.
You better look. See, Golden said it. Yeah, you're right.
So everybody comes back from their dates. They come back into the house and they're all, introducing each other, so forth and so on. So, what's her name, child? Let me get back. Was it Alexis?
Yeah,
Alexis is talking to what his name? Brandon? No. Which one is the one that's the rapper, the fake rapper?
That's Aaron J. Aaron J. Yeah.
So first of all, can I say I'm sick of people when you say you're a rapper, they ask you to spit something. I hate that. I really do. Because just because I'm a rapper does not mean I'm here for on demand. I'm not a jukebox. Like, I don't like that.
Well, that's like people are like, oh, I know you like to sing. Sing something. And they'd be like,
right, like, no, I don't like that. I'm not a jukebox. Yeah. Like, I get people pay me for this. Like, no, ma'am, I'm not. No.
Right.
But he did. And what's his name? Dominique was not happy. He felt like that was, that she was flirting. Now, I don't know if I felt like that was flirting. I mean, I felt like that was just them getting to know each other and having a conversation, but okay then.
But he knows her. Hear me out. And I never thought I'd see myself going up for Dominique. But I'm going to be honest. I think because they've talked and they've been talking for a while, he knows her a little bit. He knows her manner. That, like they said, they've dealt with jealousy on both sides. So I think he knows how she kind of moves, and he saw it. And as we see play out, it continues to build because he's like, all right, I'm going to eat that. I didn't like it, but I'm not going to say nothing because it's not that serious, right? But then she keeps adding on to it. And where's C Golden at? Cute Alexis doing the most. And then goes into the dude in the hoochie daddy shorts. Well, the same guy, Aaron J. And goes
no,
in wearing
somebody different. That was
no, that was Lenny. That was Lenny.
Yeah, that was Lenny. That was Lenny.
I'm gonna
be honest with you again. Maybe because I'm not a big jealousy person. I didn't see it as. To me, it came off more annoying than flirting. Because it was like, okay, you said it once, we laughed, but the fact that she kept going and going and going, like even to the point where she like was making a little song out of it, like, ma'am, we get it. You think his shorts are short. And a part of me almost feels like, again, going back to the fact that they live off of this dysfunction, a part of me almost feels like she was trying to piss him off.
Yeah, and but it's so crazy.
On.
What girl was it that said, I think she's here for a party. She's not here to like work on this relationship. She's here for a party. And it definitely gave me that vibe. Like, oh yeah, I can meet him too, but I'm gonna meet other people. Like she gives me, and that's why, like you said, to go back to the beginning, I like the way they started it off versus like a ready to love situation, letting them all come into the house because. And this is no shade. I don't know you, Alexis, but it gives me the vibe that she would have came in and been like flirting and giving eyes to different guys who might have been spoken for if nobody else was there or around or whatever. And yeah, no.
Right. And so later on that night, he addresses it. Now, could he have pulled her to the side and waited till they were alone? Sure. But he brings it up, and her response was, he was like, yeah, so, you done disrespected me twice tonight. So I'm letting you know that when I see somebody with a fat ass, I'm going to say, ooh, she got a fat ass, which to me is very juvenile. So that already told me what kind of
love games,
right? And her response was, oh, so what, you think I'm supposed to cry something? What, I'm supposed to cry something? And so again, rather than be like, my bad. I mean, she did. No, let me say this. She did at first say, oh, my bad. Like, y'all got that one. You right. Maybe I was doing too much. She did. But then he kept going, and then she kept going, and it did get physical. And there's absolutely no defense because he put his hands on her further. You see, he grabbed her and he had her hand around her neck. And Josh was like, well, they laughing. So I don't know if they serious or because I said the same thing. I'm looking and she's laughing about it. And he's laughing about it. So I was like, well, are they serious? Are they playing? But it quickly turned serious to the point where he grabbed her, he pushed her, and then the way it cut out, it looked like she was hitting him back and that they actually had to physically pull the two of them apart. I really hope they go home. Because I
was just going to say at this point, and it's funny because in the next clip, we only see her. I definitely think they sent him home. I don't think we're going to see him anymore. I don't know. If he wants to come up and speak about his experience, he's more than welcome, and he can share maybe what we didn't see. But I am, to your point, I was disappointed with him putting his hands on her. He could have walked away and addressed it privately. Now, let me just say that he could have addressed it privately, and that's what I would have preferred for my dude to do. Like,
absolutely, me too.
However, one thing that I did see or notice, and maybe I don't know what they do, and y'all can disagree with me. I don't know what they do as far as like their talk or what they've been talking about as far as like, texting, sexting, whatever. But the fact that he was, I'm sorry, let's just call it choking. Okay. I was like, oh, maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing that and I think that's why she might have in my opinion, even got a little kind of like, and was like laughing, choking about it, like, oh, it seems fun right now, right? And then fun turned into something else.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I said at first, I was saying the same thing. At first, I was like, okay, is she serious? Are they joking? Are they playing? And like you said, maybe those are the types of conversations they had. But again, it quickly turned serious. And I'd be willing to bet that, because I feel like he was drunk. And I'm not giving him an excuse, but I definitely feel like he had been drinking, which also, you know, adds to it. But I'm making no excuse for him putting his hands on her. None.
No, not at all. Not at all. Once it got to when he pushed her, he fully, and she was like removed across the room. I said, "Oh,
right.
That's a different ball game." And Xavier said, "If he's home, what is she here for?" I don't know, but I think that's when we see Aaron H. I'm sorry, preaching to her, like basically, remember how he treated you. And I like I said from the jump, it gave toxic relationship from the time they were talking about it to even as we saw them. And I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad, but for them to meet in person in front of cameras and whatever, I think it was better than them meeting in person off camera, because at the end of the day, they give me the type of couple that they would probably fight a lot and then have makeup sex, and they would get off.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Dominique, if we were to have a real conversation with her, I mean, Alexis, if we would actually have a sit down and have a real conversation with her, I bet you we would find that she's had toxic relationships. Because it just, I don't know. It just, like I said, I saw the red flag from the beginning, like from the word go, I saw the red flag. So Xavier, I don't know, maybe they have her there because they separated them. She was still there. He had already left. You know, there could have been any reasons why we saw the clip of her with them talking to her. Maybe they were going to have her talk to a counselor before she left. Like, it could be any number of reasons why she was still there and he was gone. What I don't want to see, and I'm telling you now, this will turn me off very, very, very quickly.
Golden said it's coming out of the toxicity is coming out of her pores.
Okay. It'll turn me off really, really, really quickly if
they keep them on the show.
They keep them on. Yep.
I hear you. I think we're all.
I felt the same way. I felt like it took way too long for people to intervene. Like in the beginning, I understood because, like I said, I thought I couldn't tell either. But once he pushed her and grabbed her, I'm not understanding why them guys didn't jump on him. Like, I know you don't like. To me, I don't understand it. Like, we didn't see production. We didn't see them. I felt like them other guys, with Josh was there. I felt like he was real slow to respond. It just seemed to me like it should have been no hesitation once he pushed her, like you said. And that was a real, she, shoved across the room.
If that was my little ass, I would have been thrown into something.
Absolutely. And then he grabbed her. Like, I just didn't, I'm with you. I don't understand why that took so long. And again, for us, maybe it seemed a lot longer than it was in real time. I don't know, but it just seemed to me like it was way too long for people to jump in.
And because we've done many of these shows and the editing and edit, I would love to know, did this actually really go down the first night y'all were there? Does that make sense? Like, or I don't know. It just, because I wouldn't be surprised if they came and they said, "Oh, well, we broke up or something happened. We had an argument. It might have escalated later on, and they couldn't keep their footage, or I don't know. It'll be interesting. That's why I said I would love to actually speak to them to see, like, what was it? Was it really what we saw, or what was your experience? What was your truth? I would like to know.
Mm-hmm. We will see. Well, the first episode was definitely interesting.
It was interesting. That's all you can say. I just want to thank ReallyB for jumping on this train with us. She didn't know where it was going, but
I still don't know where it's going.
Spot on at her stop.
I still don't know where this train is going, honey.
Right. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming to support us for the Never Ever Mets, the show that we can't understand the name and why isn't it, but we get it. But thank y'all. Like I said, if you're haven't already, subscribe to both of our channels, Really Be, as well as Shade in the City. Please make sure that you do so, as well as making sure you like up the video for the replay game. And anybody that's still in here, and yeah, make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok and the Twitter and the Facebook and the IG. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week. I don't know whether it's gonna be Friday or Saturday. I gotta get with Really Be, but we will give y'all well enough notification when we'll be going live for episode 2. But yeah, y'all, and I can't wait once we have Nels join to see what her thoughts are on episode 1. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for your support, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.